CNN recently made a gigantic blunder, one of frankly epic proportions. In a report that it did about Venezuela, they claimed that Juan Guaido actually won the federal election and that Maduro had stolen the election from him. Well, there's a couple of problems with that. One, Juan Guaido didn't run for president of Venezuela. He was the head of the National Assembly. He wasn't in the election. And the other problem with that is Nicolas Maduro got 67% of the vote, one that was certified by numerous international agencies as being free and fair elections, something the United States wouldn't understand. Not enough voting booths, gerrymandering, and all around Supreme Court decisions about who should be the president. It's amazing. The article was written by 2 senior writers and had 4 others contribute to it. Yet, none of them caught this error. I mean, it's one thing to maybe name the wrong person, like you meant to put one person's name but you accidentally say another. That can happen. But to claim that somebody won an election when they weren't even running is another thing altogether. Now, I personally don't know if CNN did this deliberately or if they literally believe that this happened. Do they believe Juan Guaido actually happened? Now, I lean towards them doing this on purpose. Now, here's the real problem with this. People are going to believe it. Regular American people, those primarily being anti-Trump, as people who are anti-Trump tend to lean towards CNN, not that this is a pro or anti-Trump issue, really, are going to believe that. They are going to believe that Juan Guaido ran in the election and actually won, even though he didn't. And the thing is, they're not going to issue a correction because it's too embarrassing, or maybe they had intended it to be this way. Whether we like it or not, that's going to be believed. There are people that are going to take that seriously and believe that's actually what happened. And that will stay in the popular consciousness with a certain percentage of the population, and probably a significant one at that. So when the U.S. ramps up more hostilities against Venezuela, the American people are going to believe it. And they're going to take it. Because these kinds of people do not fact check anything. They'll fact check something if Donald Trump says it, but if CNN says it, they kind of look the other way. I mean, we only have to look no further than the Steele dossier to see that, and that was a very huge thing. This was one article, one time, one off, kind of in the corner, that didn't even get really any attention from the mainstream media. So imagine how quickly they're going to believe this. I think this really speaks to how easily you can lie to the American public, and they'll believe it. It's one thing to easily lie, it's another to easily believe the lie. And I think that's the frightening thing about the American population. I'm not talking about you and your Marxist friends. I mean, that's BS. I know that's BS. But the vast majority of the American population is going to believe this. And that's a frightening prospect. Now, back in the day, maybe 60s, 50s, 40s, 30s, even further, you could tell the public anything and they'll believe it. Like anything. But now today, with the amount of access to information that we have called the internet, where you could find out anything you could ever possibly want to know, there's really no excuse for that kind of ignorance. But that is the kind of ignorance that we're facing. In terms of a news story, there's not much here about CNN making this mistake or, doing this deliberately. But I do think there's something more important about it, and that is the fact that this lie will go unchallenged by the mainstream media, and a large section of the viewership of that mainstream media will believe it.
Thank you for watching. If you like this program, then please head over to my Patreon page and set up a monthly donation. It's your donations that keep this program running. Also, if you would like, please rate, comment, subscribe, and share in various social media.